It seems like the Florida real estate market often makes national news, and I'll have people from outside of Florida who will contact me to discuss things that they've heard on the news, and then even people who live here locally. And sometimes the news information might be about all of the state of Florida, and sometimes it could just be about the Sarasota Bradenton market. Now, although this information that you might hear or see in the news is accurate, it's not always correct. I'll say that again. Although the information is accurate, it's not always correct. That doesn't make sense. Well, I'm going to explain to you what I mean. Hi, I'm Jill Thomas with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Florida Realty. When real estate information makes the news, it's often painted with a really broad brush. The stats used are usually an average or medium sale price. Back in the day, they would announce how many properties were in foreclosure, or they'll tell exciting stories of someone who's getting a killer deal, or somebody who's building an empire by flipping homes. But to get a true picture of a real estate market in an area, this is what you need to focus on. You have to focus on the sub-markets and not those broad sweeping statements that you see in the news. So what exactly is a sub-market? Well, just like in any state, the real estate market's going to vary from city to city or region to region. But then within that city or region, there's going to be separate sub-markets. So for instance, here in the Sarasota area, the real estate market on Siesta Key is going to be vastly different than Lakewood Ranch or down in Venice. Number one, the pricing. The most recent stats said that the median sale price in Sarasota County is $318,500. Now, people up north who may hear that might get excited and think, oh my goodness, I could move down there, or I could buy a second home down there. If the median price is around $318,000, I could get a really great place for $300,000, or if I spend a little bit more money, like $350,000, $375,000, I could get a great place. And often people are thinking a place on the beach, or walking distance, biking distance to the water. But here's the thing. Again, this is all for Sarasota County. Now, so that includes Venice and Northport. For instance, right now on Siesta Key, the median sale price for a single family home from the last 6 months is almost $1.3 million. In Northport, the median sale price over the last 6 months has been around $245,000. So as you can see, there's a big difference, and that's why we see the median sale price around $318,000, is because Northport's considerably less, and an area like Siesta Key is a lot more. So then I'll have people call me up about these perceived opportunities because of what they hear on the news. And I don't blame them for having these thoughts, but sometimes I've even had people frustrated or angry with me because they accuse me of trying to hide all these great deals to myself, hide them and keep them for myself. And that's not the case at all. Like, I really do want to sell somebody a great place. I do want to make money, but again, because they hear these broad statements on the news that even though it's true, it's not really accurate. Number two, market conditions. Now, currently in most of the United States, it's a seller's market, but that hasn't always been the case. Back when it was more of a buyer's market, buyers would want to come down here and then just offer super low prices to sellers, kind of expect to be able to get a property at a tremendous deal, and that a seller should be happy with whatever they get. And that can be true sometimes, but again, you got to think about the sub-market, the market condition from one market to another. In some cases, a seller would be thrilled with any offer. But then in our area, we have some sub-markets where a seller might want to sell, but they don't have to sell. So they're not going to sell a property for any less than what they're willing to give it up for. It's not unusual for a lot of people in our area to pay cash for a property. So as long as a person can handle the carrying costs and they don't have a need to liquidate what they've got invested into that property, they can sit and wait for a long time. They're in no rush. So you got to think about the sub-market in terms of market conditions. Three, lifestyle. We got to think about the lifestyle of each sub-market, and each sub-market does offer something different. Even properties that are far west near the Gulf could still be 30 minutes to the beach. So it might take you a while before your toes can hit the sand. Now, currently we have a lot of new construction going on in Sarasota and Manatee Counties, but a lot of it's farther east, some north and south as well, but a lot that's east. And it might take a while to get to the beach or get to downtown, you know, an area where you want a certain lifestyle. So you've got to keep that in mind too, that these different submarkets are going to offer something different. As you can see, the news might be accurate, but it's not always correct. Okay, when you do hear these broad statements, do not take them at face value. You need to know what the submarkets are in the regions or cities that you might be interested in buying in. And I do spend a lot of time helping potential buyers to really understand what our area has to offer in these different submarkets so they can make the best decisions for themselves. Again, a lot of people, they say they want to be near the beach or the water, but I will certainly offer some other ideas or insights for them because maybe there's a lifestyle that they've never considered. So I'm going to help with all of that if you call me. Now, in this video I mentioned buyer's market, seller's market. If you're not really sure what that means or how that works, I did make a video about that. That's episode 29, and I'm going to include a link for that. And if you're on Instagram, you can go to my profile and you can access it that way. And then, of course, if you want to know more about submarkets and what they have to offer, give me a call. Like I already said, I'm just so happy to discuss all these things with you, offer up ideas that maybe you've never considered. And I promise you, I'm not going to hide all those good properties and good deals from you to keep for myself. I'm certainly going to shoot straight with you. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Jill Thomas with Berkshire Hathaway, Home Services, Florida Realty.